Hello, my name is Thomas Foster, and for our demonstration speech, I would like to show people how to, in a few short minutes, to quickly and easily make your computer faster and more efficient. Not everybody has the most beastly of PCs, and this is a wonderful way to speed up and make most use out of the programs and computer that you have with you. I'll be using Windows 10 and using a program called OBS um, to take advantage of being able to record myself and my desktop at the same time. I will be up here and my desktop will be in the background. Now for this demonstration, I will be using three programs that I would suggest anybody that has a computer to have at all times. The three programs I have are right here: WizTree, Malwarebytes Anti-Malware, and CCleaner. Now there are several things to do besides these programs, but these programs help a lot. To start with, we'll be using CCleaner. Once you open CCleaner, you'll have something like this pop up. Now the default settings are almost always perfectly fine. All you would need to do is left click Analyze, and it'll analyze all your computer and start finding processes and stuff that don't need to be there, empty programs. Now I canceled it, of course, because it takes several minutes to do this. Now once you analyze it and it detects everything that doesn't need to be there, like crapware, cookies that don't need to be there, your histories, URLs that are saved in your temporary memory, all you have to do is hit Run Cleaner and it'll help clean all that out. Now I do stress that you can get more use out of this by going through other options here, but I must warn you that once you start messing with different options, you may start deleting stuff that is hard to return, which is why I always suggest people to stay with the default settings. And of course you got applications as well, it's the same thing. Now for the second program we have Malwarebytes. Just open it up. If it opens up, here we go. Now what Malwarebytes does is it goes through your computer and it finds crapware, viruses, trojans, things like that. Now the free version is the one that I have right now, and I personally like it. You'll have to go to Scan here, choose which scan you want to do, and of course premium scans, you have to buy it. You go through each scan, select it, go back to my dashboard, and click Fix Now. Once you click Fix Now, it'll check for updates for the anti-malware, scan your operations, scan your memory, scan your startup files, your registry, your system files, and then it'll tell you all the different things that you have to clean. For example, if you're watching, it's showing that it's cleaning my things right now, and anything that it detects that needs to be cleaned out will be shown here. Now once it gets to here, it'll give you an option right around here to remove any files that are corrupting or just junking up your computer. Now for time efficiency, I'm not going to go through the whole process because it takes several minutes to go through everything. So I'll close this. Yes, I'm sure about quitting it. Now a third program that I use, and I greatly enjoy this one if you're wanting to go through and choose individual files that you no longer want, is go through WizTree. And what WizTree does is it's this little file organizer. You go up here and you choose what hard drive you're wanting to look at. Just for demonstrations, I'll choose my mass storage. It'll scan your storage and it'll show all items that are currently on that hard drive, and it organizes them by how much space they're taking up. For example, I play games, and here I save a lot of my stuff on my storage drive. I can go into Steam, Steam Apps, Commons, and I can see what items or programs are taking up the most space. Now with it being my storage drive, all of the things that are taking up the most amount of space are my video games, and you can see exactly how much they're taking out. Now if you want to get rid of any of this stuff, you can right click them and go to delete, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to delete my games. And you see down here in the bottom right, CCleaner is giving me an alert where I had ran it earlier of disk space that it can clean up, 5.32 gigs. That's a reasonable amount. Now, beyond these three, there are several things that you can do with your software yourself. For example, you can, like I had showed you with the WizTree, you can go down here into your search bar and type in apps, and a thing will pop up right here, apps and features. Left click it. This will pop up, loads. You can go through and it shows you the apps and features that are currently running on your computer that you can delete or modify. You can modify them. For example, I recently switched my computer to a NVIDIA chipset on my graphics card, so I don't use AMD anymore. I can click this, left click uninstall. Since I'm no longer using it, it's taking up disk space that doesn't need to be taken up. I just hit uninstall, and then once there will be a pop-up where my screen just went blank there. There'll be a pop-up asking you if you want to confirm whether or not you want to uninstall it. Of course, you can make that decision once you get there, and once it's uninstalled, that frees up your disk space. Another thing you can do is go into your search bar again, type in task, you can type in task manager, but here's task manager, left click it, go into startup, and as you can see I have a whole bunch of things set here on my startup. And what startup is when you turn your computer on, these are all the different programs that your computer wants to know whether or not you want it to start up automatically, and it'll run in your background. For example, CCleaner. Now a lot of times I would actually suggest have CCleaner go ahead and run in your background once you have startup, but just for demonstrations you can see it's enabled. I can go here and hit, once I have it left clicked and selected, I can go down here and left click disable. Now when my computer starts back up, it won't automatically open CCleaner in my background and have it running, taking up disk space. Now you can do this for any program. Another thing is not something I want to do here. Another thing you can do is go to your power, go down here to search bar, type in power, options, right here you see control panel, power options, and this will pop up. Now anybody with a laptop will be fairly familiar with this, but you can go in and whichever one you have selected, you can go in and click change plan settings. And you can change these here, go to change advanced power settings. And in this you can select how you want it. Balanced, high performance, one system care saver, power saver, and then that's a program that I customly put on there. But in order to increase your performance, you of course hit high performance. Okay. Close this out and make sure you have high performance selected. That'll increase your performance by a pretty significant amount, but it will also take more power. But on a desktop, the power drain is negligible. Now another thing you can do is go to disk cleanup. And what you do here is you can do several things. Good. Here we go. Disk cleanup. And once you type in disk cleanup and select it, you can select the different drives you have. It's kind of small here, but you can see it when you click on this, it'll pull a drop down menu and shows all the different hard drives on your computer. So I'll click that one and hit OK. And once you hit OK, it'll pull this up. And then all you have to do is view your files, and then you clean up your system files. And what all that does is it goes through your system and all the empty files and stuff that's just sitting and not been used for an extraordinarily long time, the stuff that's just junking up your computer. It'll clean all those out and make your computer run a little bit faster because it's emptying out files that don't need to be there. Another thing you can do is go to open up any just folder viewer, and you can go to your hard drives on your folder, like right here under this PC. You right click them, left click properties, and it'll pull up this menu. And under this menu you can just clean up individual disks like this. You can do it this way as well. I actually prefer doing it this way. Now another thing that you can do while you're in here is go to tools, and under tools you can hit this. It's optimize and defrag your drive. Essentially it's clearing out, imagine information in your computer to be cubes in a Tetris game. your cubes are all scattered around and there's a bunch of space not being utilized properly. What this does is it takes all your little cubes, picks them all up, and organizes them properly so it maximizes the efficiency of the space it's using. That helps a whole lot. Now, there are several things that you can do beyond just these simple steps right here. Like, for example, if you want to increase your performance, you can get a solid state drive and load your operating system on your solid state drive. But of course, this is an option that mostly only desktops can use. It actually has a lot of risk involved, and it requires you to buy a fairly expensive type of hard drive, and not a lot of people have this option. But these are the options that, while not all of them are very much the most efficient and effective at cleaning up your computer and increasing its performance to the maximum that a few minutes can handle. Now, I would like to greatly to express my great gratitude for anybody watching my video, and yeah, thank you.